Hello there, magicians again. Good to see you. I hope you were able to work on the toss from last week. Okay, and if you did, film yourself and make sure you send it to me or Mrs. Moore. All right, so we're gonna do one more trick today, and here's what it is. Okay, so I'm gonna have Mrs. Chang help me perform this trick because you'll be doing this for someone. All right, it's always good to start off by shuffling before you start a trick. That way the people think, the cards are all mixed up. Okay, now if you don't know how to shuffle like that, it's okay. It's okay. You don't have to do that. So here's the trick. So like I said, I'm going to have Mrs. Chang do it. So I'm going to take the camera and Mrs. Chang, can you cut the deck in half? All right, cut any other deck in half you want. Okay, a little slippery here. Okay, cut any other deck in half. All right, now we have 4 piles. Just take the top card from here and put it here. And take the top card from here and put it here. And might as well just take the top card from here and put it here. Okay, now how about we put this whole pile on top of here. All right, then you can just put this whole pile on top of there and cut this deck again anywhere you want. All right, and why don't you cut any other deck you want again? All right, why don't you put the top card here? Why don't you put this whole deck on top of here? Cut any other deck you want. All right, and why don't you just put this top card here? Okay, you want to keep going or you want to stop?
Stop.
Stop, okay. We'll just square these up. All right, Mrs. Chang, can you now flip the top cards of every pile? And there you go. You did that, Mrs. Chang, not me. You were the ones cutting it. All right, so that's the first trick, guys, called Coming Up Aces. I just made that up right now. Okay, so how did we do the Coming Up Aces one? Okay, so here's what happened. You take your deck. Now, this is going to take some loading. What I mean by that is before you even approach someone, you got to have your deck ready, loaded with the 4 aces already on top. Okay, so make sure your 4 aces are already on top. That way you know where they are. Now, if you can shuffle it this way, it'll make it a better trick. Now, the 4 aces are on top right here. Okay, even though I'm going like this, I'm making sure my last drop includes at least those 4. See, they're right here, right? So I'm going to put at least 4, cover it up, because usually to the audience, you're just shuffling. So once again, if you can do the bridge shuffle, the 4 aces are right here. Okay, I'm dropping, but I'm dropping. Make sure you drop, you hold these last 4 in there at least. So they always end up on top. Okay, no matter what. Now, even if you can't do the shuffle, like I said, it's okay. You can just come up to a person and say, hey, check out this trick. So, all right, once again, the 4 aces are up top. So you know where they are. Okay? The other person doesn't. Now, the key to this trick is remembering where the aces are. For example, you can tell them, all right, cut the deck anywhere you want. Boom. The aces are still here. They can cut any other deck. Okay, let's say they go here and go here. That's fine. Now you can say cut any other deck. So if they go here like this, you know the 4 aces are right here. Okay, now you just go back and forth. You can make it as many steps as you want as long as you don't lose track where the 4 aces are. So I can say put 1 card here. That really had nothing to do with anything, right? It's just to mix up the audience's mind. Put 1 card here. Okay, now there's still 4 aces here. All right, so let's say I want to get rid of one of the aces because eventually you want all aces on top. So let's say I put 1 here. So I tell them put 1 here. All right, so now I know in my mind there's 1 here and 3 here. Okay, so somehow I got to get 1 on top of one of these two. Okay, now if you want to make it complicated, you can say, okay, take this whole pile and stack it on there. Boom. Okay, so now where are the aces? 1 here, still 3 here. Okay, now I need 4 piles, so I can say cut any other deck. Let's say they take this one and move it over here. All right, you got to know in your mind, my 1 ace is still here, 3 here. So now you can say, put 1 card here. Okay, now what? I've got 1 here, 1 here, and I've got 2 here. So this is the only pile without a card. Okay, so what you can do is say, you could say put 1 on top of here, but since I just told them to do that, what you could do to mix them up is say, put this whole stack on top of here. Okay, so I know there's 1, 1, 2. So I need 1 more stack. So I tell them, cut any other deck. It doesn't matter which one they cut. You just got to know this one has the 2 aces in it. So in case they take this one and they cut it here, you know this one has no ace. You got to get the one that has 2, put 1 more here. So you could tell them, all right, put 1 card here, the top card there. All right, so now it should be all set for ace, 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 ace if we did it right. Okay, so let's see. Now you tell them, flip up the top cards. And there you have it. So once again, you can make it as complicated as you want or as simple as you want. Okay, as long as you have good enough of memory to remember where the aces are. Okay, so practice that one. Just remember, before you start it, you got to have all the aces starting at the top of your deck. Okay, and if you can do the bridge shuffle, that helps make that trick better. Okay, and now let's move on to the other one. All right, guys, we're going to do one more trick for this week. That way you have 2 tricks they can work on and show off and record. Okay, so for this one, Mrs. Chang can come down real quick. All right, so let's just say you have a deck of cards. You just flip one. Okay, this one was 6 of diamonds. Okay, 6 of diamonds. Now, you take that 6 of diamonds. I'm going to put it right here so it's sticking out. I will smash it. Mrs. Chang, can you push that in slowly? Make sure it's in the middle. Okay, now it's gone. All right. Snap. That 6 of diamonds magically comes up. All right. So how did we do that one? All right, well, I'll show you coming up. All right, guys, now for the second trick. Okay, I don't really have a name for that one, but you can think of one yourself, okay? So that one you can start by saying this, okay? Got your deck of cards, and now you can say, all right, tell me when to stop. And let's say they say stop right there, okay? Now you reveal to them where you stopped at. You flip that card over. It's a 10 of diamonds. You tell them again, what is it? 10 of diamonds. Flip it over. Now, did you see what I did? Okay, here's what I did. When I was ruffling through, okay, and wherever they said stop, okay, what I need to do is have 1 card like, this second, it's a little slippery. You need to have 1 card like this. Okay? So as you're flipping through, you need to make sure you have 1 card stop or make it stop like this. Okay? So there's a little gap. Now, okay, so they stopped. Now you flip through to show them what the card they stopped at was. Queen of Hearts. Once again, doesn't matter. You can flip it again. Say, do you remember? It's a Queen of Hearts. Now, as I flip over this time, I'm going to drop this card on top. So as I flip, I dropped. Okay? Now, I'm doing it slow, so you should see it drop. Because right now, this card is not the Queen anymore. Okay? The one I just dropped is actually the 3. But they don't know that because when you're doing it live, it's going to be a little faster. So once again, I had this card like this. I showed them like this. This is the Queen. So you want to keep your hands like this angle. As you flip over this time, your hand goes over. As it's over, just release that card. And they won't see that. Okay, now you say, okay, I'm going to take your card, which is really what? The 3, right? I'm going to take your card. I'm going to put it on top of this deck. Okay, because in this hand is what? Is really that Queen. So you say, now I'm going to smash your card. Well, they think that's their card. And now you tell them to push it in. Okay, they think it's in the middle, but it's really here. And now you can snap. And you can say, there's your queen. Okay, so once again, this is how it's going to look. Okay, so you have to prep this hand. Okay, this deck, you got to have one that's separated. Now, the audience, they won't really see it. Because remember, you're looking at it like this. If you hold it like this, they will. So go like this. Turn it over. Say, what was your card again? Memorize it. It's a queen. Okay, I already dropped it. Okay, I dropped that card already that I was holding here, as you can see. So now you say, okay, I'm going to put your card right here in the middle. I'll smash it on top. Push it in. Snap. Card magically comes up top. Okay, so this one, the hardest part is going to be getting that break. Because in the beginning, you're going to say, all right, tell me when to stop. And they say stop. Now, this takes practice. As you can see, it's even a little bit hard for me. Okay, but you can use both hands to help you. Okay, so what you want is just a break like this. This part could be flush. This part could be with the break. So you're like this. Okay, in this case, it's that 3 of hearts. Remember, okay, as you flip it back, move your hand over and then complete that drop at the same time. Okay, move your hand over and drop it. They won't see it. So you kind of cover your hand this time and drop it, and it's really right here. They think it's right here, but it's really right here. Okay, so you drop that card on top. Now, what happens if that card doesn't end up on top? Like I showed you in the beginning of this video, what do you do if it's not their card? That I'm going to show you next week, what you do or how you do this way. Let's say you have your break, right? I'm holding in my right hand. I have this break. Okay, let's say you go like this. Right now it's the Jack of Spades. You ask them, what is it? Jack of Spades. Okay, on this flip, I drop. I put it here. I cover it. They push it in. And now you snap, And what happens if it's not their card on top? It's really a 4. You flip it back. You tell them, blow on it. And they blow on it. And it's magically their Jack of Spades again. That one I'll show you next week. So for this week, keep practicing these two. Once you get it down, record yourself and send it to me or Mrs. Moore. All right? Enjoy.